Northern California for a showdown today between two of the top lacrosse high school programs in Northern California and actually in the Western United States. We have the St. Ignatius Wildcats, the visiting team today here at Sacred Heart, and they're on quite a roll this year. Undefeated, have been beating their opponents by double-digit margins and I think actually over 20-point margins on a number of occasions this year. Sacred Heart comes into the game 4-1 with their sole loss against this Wildcat team here just about 10 days ago. So we're looking forward to the rematch. I think Sacred Heart has a few players back today that were not available in the first game, but St. Ignatius really put on a strong performance in that first game, winning 19-7 on this field, and I know people are anxious for the rematch. Facing off today, it looks like for Sacred Heart, Ben Ramsey, and for St. Ignatius, number 15, Charlie Pfeiffer. And here we go. Ball kicked back by Pfeiffer, picked up by St. Ignatius. Going to kick it back to his goalie. Sacred Heart trying to ride. Pass upfield, just offline. Defended well there by number 27, JP Underwood for Sacred Heart. Sacred Heart picks up the ball on the sideline. This is Cav Williams bringing the ball up. Cav's been dealing with some injuries. It's great to have him back today for Sacred Heart. Max Sloat with the ball on the wing. To Ben Ramsey. Midfielders. This is the first. Sacred Heart runs 4 or 5 midfielders pretty much that run them through. So there's not necessarily a first midfield line, but 4 or 5 folks who play. Got Blake Hetherington out there, number 1. That's Ben Ramsey with the ball. That's Billy Barnes cutting up. Now with the ball. Billy dodges, lefty. Comes back to his right. Nice save by the goalie. Number 26. Trying to clear it upfield. And met by Cav Williams. Nice hit. Number 15 recovers nicely. Finds an open man. And comes down and scores. That was number 8, Jackson Kane, who puts it in. So really nice save by the St. Ignatius goalie. Number 26, Chase Morgan. Fine save. Good shot by Billy Barnes. Low. Goalie got down quickly, made the save, and really something that happened quite a bit in the first time these two teams played. A very quick upfield pass by the goalie, and St. Ignatius scoring in transition. The legal procedure on the face-off against SI. Sacred Heart will pick it up. Going to get a touch. Max Sloat touches it in the box. Passes back to Barnes, to Ramsey. And they're substituting Beck Anderson off and Blake Hetherington in, number 1, the freshman. Sacred Heart trying to spin it around, but you'll see St. Ignatius not going to make it easy on them today. They're pushing out pretty aggressively behind the goal. Going to make Sacred Heart, if they're going to try to change the side of the field, they're going to make them do it through the top of the field instead of the back of the field. Here's Ramsey dodging, trying to get to the middle of the field. Dishes off. Max Sloat rips one. Nice shot by Sloat. Goal by the junior, Max Sloat. Strong lefty shot off of a pass by Ben Ramsey. We're tied at 1 here with just under 2 minutes into the game. St. Ignatius, someone new facing off for Sacred Heart. Number 33, Luke Scheibel. And St. Ignatius actually something you see not too often, facing off with a long stick. There's the draw, picked up by St. Ignatius. Flip. JP Underwood, sophomore for Sacred Heart, with the ground ball. Passes it off to Eric Baller. Flips it to Kai Lockton, who puts it in. That's Lockton from Baller to make it 2-1. And let's give some credit there to the wing play of JP Underwood, the sophomore for Sacred Heart, who came in, got a tough ground ball, and brought it down, led the break, and Sacred Heart did just what you want to do there. You want to get the defense moving. And the defense generally there is trying to set up in a triangle in a fast break in a 4-on-3 situation. And Sacred Heart did what you have to do. You have to connect a few passes. And then Kai Lockton came up and hit a nice shot. 2-1. just under 10 minutes to go in the first quarter. Back to the normal face-off, and Ramsey picking up the draw, loses his footing, throws it away. Let's see if Sloat can get it. He cannot, so it'll be St. Ignatius ball. Here comes St. Ignatius now on offense. You have 10 seconds to touch it in the box. Offensive player just did that. Pass it off to Nils Berry, who had quite a first game. The senior for the Wildcats had a great first game against Sacred Heart. Don't have his exact goal totals, but felt like at least 5 in the first game, where he and Jackson Kane, his fellow attackman, number 8, really work well together. Here on the dodge goes Luke Williams. Passes to the backside. Nice play by John Carter. They're going to call loose ball push. So a loose ball push, so no possession. So just possession will then go to the Wildcats. So the ref there is just asking to start the play outside of the box, the restraining line on the side. Here comes Oliver Bly dodging from the wing for St. Ignatius. Does a skip pass over to Williams. Williams steps and shoots. Fine save by Brody Tawil. Cav Williams with the ground ball, leading the break. Looks like a 5-on-4 situation. He passes over to Beck. Good handle by Anderson. And then a fine shot by Eric Baller. Just picking the corner there. Really nice shot. So again, similar to what we saw just a couple of minutes ago. A nice fast break. Sacred Heart had numbers. 5-on-4 this time instead of 4-on-3. And always looking for the plays that maybe if it's your first time watching lacrosse, you might not have noticed. But Beck Anderson made an excellent handle on that pass, number 13 for Sacred Heart. Cav gave him a pass. Cav Williams, number 7, full speed. Beck had to make a tough handle, which he did, and then passed it on to Eric Ballard, who picked the corner. Really nice shot. 3-1, Sacred Heart, 8:45 to go in the first quarter. Here's the face-off. Ben Ramsey, again, getting the draw. Swarmed by Wildcats. Ben comes up with it. I've got 3 face-offs for Sacred Heart, 2 for SI. New in the game for Sacred Heart, number 25, Ian Dykes, a freshman. And I mentioned earlier, they rotate 4 or 5 middies through pretty seamlessly. So you've got Ramsey, Barnes, and Dykes out there right now with the starting attack. Ramsey on the wing. Looks like he's going to invert or attack from the wing. Here he goes. He's going to gets inside, gets a step. Here comes the slide. They check it away. Wildcat ball. As a defender, when you get the ball in that situation, usually you are looking for a short stick, which they have done. Short stick middies, a little easier to handle that short stick, so trying to get it away from the defender when possible and into a short stick. Wildcats moving it around here. St. Ignatius trying to get their players in that they want and trying to get their defender off the offensive end to get their midfielders on. So I think this is the second midfield line here for the Wildcats, and I do think depth could play a role here today. It's hot. It is hot. It's probably 75 degrees and hotter than it's been a while. Sacred Heart can't handle the clear there. Back to the Wildcats. To Jackson Kane, who again had a really good first game between these two. Feeds Barry in the crease. Very close to a goal there. Not necessarily on a shot, but on a deflected pass. Brody Tawil makes the heads-up play. John Carter with the ball. Back to Tawil. To Ian Dykes. Ian's going to try to run this out. It's deflected to Cav Williams, who finds Billy Barnes, who, wow, nice play by Barnes there. Billy took the pass. I think he looked pretty determined on that play. He was looking to go to the goal, and he initiated contact. And one of the, I think we're going to have a timeout for the Wildcats. And I think that's an excellent call by the St. Ignatius coach. They were, I think Sacred Heart came in, looked pretty ready for this game today, pretty fired up. And St. Ignatius 10 days ago on the same field really outplayed Sacred Heart in most facets of the game. And I think Sacred Heart Probably a lot of practices between that game and this one. A lot of talks with the coaches and the captains and the players. And today they've certainly come out very aggressively, both on the defensive end of the field. You can see them sliding aggressively, passing aggressively upfield, trying to create fast breaks. And I think the play you just saw Billy Barnes make there was symbolic of that, where he initiated contact, got his hands free, and I think he put a nice shot on the cage. 4-1, 6:37 to go in the first. Face-offs are pretty even. I have 4 for Sacred Heart, 2 for St. Ignatius. Couple saves by the Wildcat goaltender, a couple nice saves, and Brody Tawil doing a very nice job for Sacred Heart in the cage. Brody is starting for George Northup. George is some believe one of the best goaltenders in the Western United States. He is a sophomore, but has a broken hand, and so he has been out back to the first game of the year. He injured in the first game of the year against Bellarmine, and was not available for the first SI game or this game today. But Brody stepped in, and he has done a very nice job, and has given Sacred Heart a lot of confidence in his play, and is off to a good start here. A lot of lacrosse left. The score in the first time these two teams played was 3-2 before St. Ignatius went on a big run. So I think Sacred Heart feels good about their start, but also does not feel comfortable at this point. So lots of lacrosse left. Goals right now for St. Ignatius, won by Jackson Kane. For Sacred Heart, we have Max Sloat, Eric Bowler, Kai Lockton, and Billy Barnes. On the draw here, no, it's interesting. St. Ignatius, you usually have two folks who take most of their face-offs and have not taken them today. So this is Ben Ramsey versus Charlie Pfeiffer. Ramsey again gets the draw. He has 10 seconds to touch it in the box. Passes it off to Lockton. Aggressive defense. We saw it earlier from St. Ignatius. I think their coach has said, we're going to play the Sacred Heart offense out far, and we're going to play aggressively. We're not going to just let them throw it around the outside. We're not going to let them relax. This is Hetherington with the ball. Blake Hetherington for SHP to Barnes. Looking over at Ramsey, and again, you see they're you can kind of tell who the other team, the defensive team, is trying to really stop. Here comes Hetherington from the side on a short stick. Gets this, he tries to get back. Looks like we're going to get a, well, we'll see what the call is. There's two ways this could go. This could be interference with the goalie, or what I thought it would be, which is a push with possession against St. Ignatius. Hetherington got a step on his man, got underneath, got back to the middle, and St. Ignatius, I think probably the player saved a goal there by pushing him from behind into the crease and causing him not to get a good shot off. But it'll be a 30-second technical from a push from behind. 30 seconds here, man up for Sacred Heart. Barnes over in the corner. They're going to pass it around the outside. They start to cut into a 1-3-2 from a 3-3. Feed to the middle. Barnes, goal from Sloat. Billy Barnes, his second of the day. Nice look there by number 15, Max Sloat. His first assist of the day. And if we look at this one again, you'll see it's, I think Sacred Heart did what a lot of teams do. You start out in a 3-3, so 3 men up top, 3 across. Pass it around the outside, usually one time, and then cut into something. They cut into a 1-3-2. Fed the crease. Billy slipped by his man. And if you're St. Ignatius there, you're down a man, so it's hard to cover that. But you'd like to see some backside help from the far defender. Here comes St. Ignatius on the attack. Nice skip pass to Barry. Millsbury off the cage, but St. Ignatius backs up and has possession. The penalty is released on that, so we're all even right now. 5:15 to go, 5-1, Sacred Heart. Oliver Bly with the ball for St. Ignatius. Gets a step on his own, gets his hands free, fires it behind to Barry. Barry comes up top, nice pick. Goes right in the middle of the defense, though. Gets it to Kane. Kane is a very crafty player, as you can see. He smart play there. I don't think he saw the shot he was looking for, and instead of forcing it, spun it around again. That was Liam McGannon dodging. Off to William Miller. Up to Barry. Barry over to Bly. Back to Liam McGannon. Feeds the crease, number 17. Goal. Goal by number 17, Luke Williams, the junior, heading to Villanova for St. Ignatius. Feed by Nils Barry. Let's take a look what happened here. So good feed from behind. Cut, and I think number 27, the Sacred Heart defender lost his man there. Ball went behind. It's St. Ignatius player cut as you're taught to do. Ball goes behind, you cut right towards one of the posts, and he just had one step, and that's all he needed. Face off here. Legal procedure, kicking the stick on Sacred Heart. Goes to St. Ignatius. 5-2 now. Just over 4 minutes to go. Feed to 28. Good save by Tawil. This is one of the times when Coach Packard from SI tends to give players the green light to dodge from behind on sort of a dead ball situation from behind. Many times they'll give them the green light. A couple folks have had a little trouble on the turf today. Number 25, just a little slip. Now, St. Ignatius moving the ball well. Over to Kane. Kane's trying to get to the center. Cav Williams playing some aggressive defense on his hands. Kane skips it over to Nils Barry, who dodges, gets to the middle. Nice play. Just couldn't put the shot on the cage. John Carter with the ball. Over to Cav Williams. To Tawil, the goalie. Good play on both sides there. I think St. Ignatius got a couple good shots off. Some good goaltending, and Sacred Heart got the ground ball off. There's Ramsey dodging. Lets it fly. Backed up by Eric Baller. Sacred Heart retains possession. Again, here they're pushing out aggressively. I think the scouting report for SI on Sacred Heart's attack was push out aggressively, because they are doing it. You can see they're doing it less to the middies, but when the ball gets behind, they are pressuring the ball. So here's Ben Ramsey. Ben flips it over to Billy. Billy Barnes, covered by 25. Billy gets to his left, fires again, fine save. Still loose ball. Contested, loose ball. Looks like Barnes picks it up, moves it, and it looks like they called the ball out of bounds on the sideline. Sorry, didn't. Yep. So the call there was the ball went out of bounds closer to the Wildcat sideline. So Wildcat ball off of Sacred Heart. 5-2 here, 2:36 left in the first quarter. Tristan Gosh has been seeing a lot of playing time for St. Ignatius today. Looks like he plays a lot of short stick D midi, also used on the clear quite a bit. And looks like he'll be coming off now. We got a penalty, perhaps offside on Sacred Heart. We shall see. Here's Nils Barry getting his hands free. And sticks it low and away. Nice shot by Barry. If you take a look at that one again, I think he just makes a good move, and I don't know why the Sacred Heart defender didn't go with him. But there's a good dodge, strong left-handed move by Barry. Gets his hands free. That's a tough shot, low and away for the goalie Brody to wheel. I think the coach, when he looks at that replay for Sacred Heart, is going to, the defense is played with the feet, less with the arms. And I think they're going to ask the Sacred Heart player to move their feet in that situation as opposed to swinging and letting the player run through it. So here's Underwood on the ball. Another break here for St. Ignatius. Ian Dykes. Looks like they're going to call a penalty on Sacred Heart here. Looks like they're going to call penalty on Sacred Heart. I think they're going to say maybe Ian Dykes, when he caught the person with the ball, he ran him down. Nice hustle play by Dykes. But then he might have, when he did that trail check, might have caught the St. Ignatius player's head. So that is probably 1 minute where St. Ignatius will be man up. Millsbury initiating from behind. So they pretty quickly move into a 1-4-1. They feed the crease. It was a nice look. St. Ignatius couldn't handle it. Here's Paul Barton, number 18, heading off to UNC next year. He might have a lane here. I think he's going to wisely pass it out, though. And pass to Barnes. Barnes. Oh, my goodness. Well, Billy will want that one back. But Billy Barnes there off of a fine pass, went in, threw a lot of fakes, and then missed the cage. Good job by the St. Ignatius goaltender. 5-3 here, 1:08 left. Hetherington with the ball. So you don't see this too often, but Sacred Heart's inverting their middies, taking their midfielders who are normally at the top of the field behind, trying to find a matchup that they like. Now they're bringing it back up top again. Hetherington over to Ramsey. Barnes is open on the wing. I think he's going to take another shot at it. Hits the crossbar. Nice shot. Don't think the goalie had a good look at that one, but hit the pipe. Goalie's best friend. Still 5-3. Under 30 seconds left. We'll see if Sacred Heart goes for one shot. 20 seconds left. You want to get a shot here, but you don't wait too long. You want to shoot with 6 or so seconds left. Not much more than that. Slow. Put the shot on goal. About 12 seconds left. Nice save by the goalie. He's thrown it upfield. Good handle by Barton, who flips it back upfield. Might get one shot here. And that will end the first quarter. Sacred Heart 5, St. Ignatius 3. Good first half of lacrosse. I think one thing certainly jumps out at someone watching today's game is the athleticism on both teams. Just, you got lots of folks here, multi-sport athletes on each team. St. Ignatius, fine football program, as does Sacred Heart. I think Sacred Heart this year was named the top football program in Division 4, I believe. Had a really nice season, an abbreviated season, where they went 5-1, including a nice victory over their arch rival, Menlo School. I know St. Ignatius had a fine season as well. So a lot of folks who got a late start to their lacrosse season because they were playing football, but I think both teams are pretty close to full strength now with everyone from their football teams. And St. Ignatius is sending one of their defenders, Duke Reeder, off to Stanford next year to play football. He was actually committed to Cornell to play lacrosse, and then I think had a strong junior year of football, or at least a strong camp circuit. I guess probably didn't play full season last year perhaps, but a good camp circuit, and I know he caught Stanford's eye, and they're excited to have him on campus next year playing football. I think Sacred Heart had 13 players on the football team this year. So speaking of football, I'm reminded of one of my favorite authors, John McPhee. John McPhee is a Princeton professor. He's taught writing at Princeton for over 60 years, I believe. And he writes about sports for the New Yorker magazine, and he wrote a piece on lacrosse once. And he was asked, what might lacrosse be? And he said, John McPhee said, lacrosse is football, basketball, and ice hockey in an advanced state of evolution. And I would tend to agree with him. So we are getting ready to start the second quarter, 5-3, Sacred Heart, and we'll be right back. So we're back, starting the second quarter. Had a chance to kind of give some thought to the first quarter, and one of the things that jumps out is where has some of the St. Ignatius first midfield been today? Folks like Garrett Hawthorne, I haven't seen him on the field yet. Garrett takes the draws and also plays some midfield, as well as Henry Niehaus. Let's see, what's the call here? Looks like St. Ignatius may have left the box early. Max Sloat just off the cage. Good pass by Kai Lockton across the crease. Sacred Heart backs it up and retains possession. So Hetherington, Ramsey, and Barnes out at midfield. Baller, Lockton, and Sloat at attack for Sacred Heart. There's number 28 for St. I noticed him, Tristan Gosh, really a fine defender. Jumps out at the page after just watching a quarter of action. Ramsey with the ball, trying to get his hands free, gets it to his left. Sacred Heart showing some nice patience here on offense, moving it around. Back to Hetherington. To Ramsey. Looks like a play being set up by Sacred Heart. Shutting off Barnes on the wing with a long stick. Actually, so it's kind of an interesting play here. You get shot by Ramsey, backed up by Baller. St. Ignatius doing something interesting. They have 4 long sticks you're allowed. Usually you would see 3 on the attack, 1 on a midfielder, and they've actually put 2 poles on the midfielders, Ramsey and Barnes, and keeping 2 on the attack. Showing a lot of respect for the midfield for Sacred Heart. Ramsey from the wing, just off. Sacred Heart's doing a good job of backing up shots. In the first game, that was a problem. They had 4 or 5 times where they had a shot, and they didn't back it up. And here they've been, I think, perfect in terms of backing up shots. Nice job by the freshman, Blake Hetherington. So Sacred Heart's getting some good looks. Just missing the cage, but I think Sacred Heart will take that right now. They just want good possessions. They're working the ball well. Many passes before shot. Barnes and Ramsey up top. Looks like they're pushing out on Ramsey. Back to Barnes. Barnes to initiate the dodge from the wing. Left-handed dodge. He puts it in his right. Nice poke check there by number 15, Charlie Pfeiffer. Takes it away. He's got a break coming the other way. Hits Kane. Over to number 1. William Miller, who picks the corner. Again, good defense there by number 15, Charlie Pfeiffer, who initiated that break with a takeaway. Ran it down 4-on-3. And just at Sacred Heart had done earlier. Hit the wing. One more pass. Hit the corner. Tough shot to save. Well executed. 5-4 now. 10-13 left in the second quarter. Got Underwood and Anderson on the wings for Sacred Heart. Illegal procedure, kicking the stick by St. Ignatius. It'll be Sacred Heart ball. That was Matthew Scheibel facing off, giving Ben Ramsey a break, who's taken most of the draws for Sacred Heart today. All right, you're seeing a little different set of midfielders here. So for Sacred Heart, they've been running the same 4 or 5. You've got Dykes, who you've seen before. This is Scheibel, 33. And you got Mitchell Taylor, number 11 in. So some younger players here on a hot day. Good to get them in. Good to give the defense a different look. Let's hope we can get a good possession here. Taking their time. This is Dykes initiating from the wing. Lefty gets a step. Saved by the goalie. See if they can ride it back. So Reeder is looking for number 17, Luke Williams there. Just misses. Sacred Heart gets possession. Ramsey's got the ball. I hope his teammates are telling him he's got someone on his back. They do. He's trying to run to space. Looks and finds Max Sloat. Sloat with a nice look to the backside to number 12, Kai Lockton. Well, a lot of good things happened there for Sacred Heart. And I think you really want to single out Max Sloat. Max Sloat could have taken the shot, probably could have pumped once, and instead found an open Kai Lockton. He makes a good catch, picks a piece of net, and buries it. 6-4. And they're going to bring Scheibel out again to face off for Sacred Heart. Ramsey just had that nice run there on offense, so giving him a break. Scheibel's done a nice job on the 2 draws he's taken today. Probably going to call interference there on Sacred Heart and legal procedure. Scheibel, I think it's probably an interference call more than a procedure call. But either way, St. Ignatius ball. They're going to bring in their midfielders. This is Luke Williams, who had a nice goal earlier today. Number 10, Liam McGannon. And this looks like number 13, Oliver Bly, initiating. So you got Barry, who was hung as defender. You can see his defender is caught in front of the goal. Gives him a lot of time to feed and find an open person, which he does there. Number 10, Liam McGannon. Liam McGannon, his first of the day, assisted by Barry. Barry did a nice job. He got the ball behind, hung his man up. And it's a position you try not to get in as a defender because that just gives them all sorts of time to find an open person, which they did. I would say this, for both teams, the shooting has been really good. The shots are mostly in the corners, picking corners, upper corners, offside from the goalie's stick, or low and away. Very good shooting today. Ramsey back in against Piper to take the draw. Ramsey boxes him out, gets the draw. Aggressive on-ball play by St. Ignatius. Need to get a touch. Sloat touches it in. 6-5, 8:08 to go in the second quarter. Again, it looks like Hetherington initiating from the wing. I think that was a shot. You might call it a pass then. They're going to call it a pass. Could have gone either way, but they called it a shot. And here they come on the attack. They've got numbers. Off to the wing to Jackson Kane, picked up by Cav Williams. And they're subbing. They're going to wait until they get their next midfielder on. Coming in from the side. First time I've called his name today, Thomas Honey, who had at least a goal, maybe 2 in the first St. Ignatius Sacred Heart game. He's going to initiate from the top. Down the alley, guarded by Anderson. Millsbury with the ball. Covered by Barton. Bruno Chapman with the ball. Again, haven't called his name too much today, so some new players in for St. Ignatius. He's taken Hetherington behind. Oh, nice feed. Number 1, William Miller. To knot it up at 6. So nice dodge from behind. I think Sacred Heart just got caught on the crease. I think Cav Williams was trying to help out a little bit higher on the high crease, and his man slid behind him. Nice pass, nice finish by St. Ignatius. So we're knotted at 6 here with 6:57 to go. Ramsey and Pfeiffer facing off again. St. Ignatius coming up with the draw. They get the touch. 6-6. That looked pick there by Barry. I think many would have called that a moving pick, but no such luck here. Passing it around. That's Oliver Bly driving on Ramsey. High pick. Millsbury, lefty, trying to get to a strong hand. Here's Luke Williams on the side, covered by J.P. Underwood. Bly covered by Ramsey, getting it behind. Number 10, Liam McGann had a nice goal earlier today. Draws the slide, flips it back. Number 8, Jackson King. Nice move. Oh, nice, very good stick handling there. Shot by 10, Liam McGannon. Just missed the cage. Packed up by St. Ignatius. Barry will initiate against Paul Barton. Changing directions. These are both players who are going to have should have very good college careers ahead of them on the lacrosse field. Number 10, again and again, dodging. Behind to Miller. Miller dodging on Williams. Slide from Ramsey. Gets his hands free. And scores. That's 3 for today from William Miller, unassisted. Sacred Heart jumped down to a nice lead, 5-1. And the momentum has definitely shifted to St. Ignatius now, up 7-6 with 5:28 to go in the second. Coach Ritelli would like to talk to his team and calls a timeout. I think that's a good timeout. St. Ignatius has been on a roll here, and I think it's just been a few, some folks falling down on defense, and St. Ignatius has showed good patience. I think what Sacred Heart needs to do, and I would imagine Coach is telling them that, is let's get a possession on offense. We played a lot of defense here this quarter, and if we get the ball in the offensive end, let's take our time. Let's spin it around. Let's get a good possession. Let's get a good shot and hopefully a goal. But our defense has played a lot of defense here in this quarter, and it's time to get a possession. So we'll be back here shortly. 7-6, 5:28 to go in the second half. Wildcats ahead. .5:28 to go in the second quarter. St. Ignatius ahead 7-6. Ramsey for Sacred Heart and Piper for St. Ignatius facing off. Anderson and Underwood on the wings. And Gosh and Buckler, I believe, for St. Ignatius on the wings. Draws have been pretty even today. Legal procedure call on Sacred Heart, St. Ignatius ball. I think the first quarter, face-offs were largely in Sacred Heart's favor. Second quarter, it's been almost all St. Ignatius. And for Sacred Heart, 32, Carter Kling at midfield. Underwood. And Beck Anderson. Here goes Luke Williams dodging. John Carter on the ball. On number 1, Miller, who's had 3 goals today. The coach told him to push out a little more aggressively on him. Oliver Bly initiating, getting to the middle of the field. Nice look back. The number 10 deflected by John Carter. And a heads-up play by J.P. Underwood there to back that up. That was not an easy play to make. He found the ball, ran it out, I think, while the St. Ignatius player was trying to locate the ball, and he got to the point at which the ball went out of bounds to get possession. Tawil looking for some help here, clearing the ball, gets it to Williams. Covered by Miller. He's looking for some help. He better get the ball moving here pretty quick. They're going to get a failure to advance. Yep. So failure to advance. Call, you have 20 seconds, and I think they're going to wish they had that play back. They're going to call probably a hit to the head there. Don't think it was intentional, but they're going to call it on Sacred Heart. So St. Ignatius will man up if Sacred Heart can get possession. Here's Williams on the dodge. Hits it behind it to Barry. (7-6), 3:37 to go in the second. SI's taking their time. There's a flag down, so once possession is changed, St. Ignatius will be man up. Back to 17. Over here, they're looking to dodge. I think they like this matchup. Passing around the outside. Taking their time. 3 minutes to go. Feed to the crease. Nice check by Barton. Handcuffed Barry on the crease, and a good save by Tawil. St. Ignatius will be man up. I think we've got timeout. St. Ignatius, their second and final timeout of the half. I think they want to set something up, make sure they get a good possession, take advantage of this man-up opportunity. We'll be right back. .256 to go in the second quarter. St. Ignatius up 7-6, and they'll be man up. Again, it's been all St. Ignatius this quarter in terms of time of possession. Sacred Heart really needs to get the ball on offense and get a good possession. But credit St. Ignatius. They're playing good offense, possessing the ball, and when Sacred Heart gets it, they've been riding ferociously. Jackson Kane mishandles it. Cav Williams picks it up, flips it up to Beck Anderson. Knocked out of bounds. Sacred Heart will retain possession. So they're still man down. They have the ball. SI is doubling the ball. Since that deflected off of St. Ignatius, Sacred Heart will get a fresh 20 seconds to clear the ball. They had trouble clearing it earlier. This is trouble for Sacred Heart. Brody Tawil with the ball. And a very smart timeout by Coach Fratelli for Sacred Heart. You have two. Can't take them with you. And he was worried about losing possession there and was quick to get a timeout. Chris Fratelli, I am told, is one of the fastest lacrosse players. This is the Sacred Heart coach. One of the fastest lacrosse players to play the game. And if we had seen the camera on him there, I saw it out of the corner of my eye. He was very quick to run over to the referee and get that timeout call in front of him. So before Tawil lost possession there on the clear. 2:30 to go. Sacred Heart will still be man down. Looking to kill the penalty here and then get a good offensive possession, which they've not had many of this quarter. I'd expect you will see Sacred Heart probably put one of their faster players in to get the ball or to get the first pass and try to run it out. They've had some trouble clearing the ball, and again, they're down a man. So you have a choice here. You can keep your defenders in if you're man down, or you can go with your offense and hope you get it on offense. But if you turn it over, you don't have your man down defense in. Let's see what they do. Well, it looks like they're largely keeping their man down defense in and then putting in Billy Barnes to potentially try to run this out. So the ball's going to start here near midfield. Well, let's see. No, sorry. Ben Ramsey with the ball. Over to Barton. Paul runs it out. Paul is very fast. Strikes to Billy Barnes. Oh, fine save by the goalie. Good look by Barton. And Sacred Heart backs it up. Nice play by Barton. Barnes got a good shot on the cage. Fine save by the goalie. Put it low and away. Goalie got there quickly. All right, Sacred Heart, 2 minutes and 12 to go in the half. In need of a good possession. Ramsey with the ball. Over to Hetherington. Yeah, I would imagine Coach Ritelli told him to make sure to get a good possession here. And Sacred Heart backs it up, retains possession. Baller with the ball. Baller looking to initiate from behind, keeping his head up. Good backup here. Smart play by Hetherington. That's a tough one when the attacker comes from behind and sort of does that wraparound shot. A lot of times you don't have backup. And Hetherington did a good job there, both being in position and then legging it out to get the ball. He's going to initiate from behind. Flips it up to Barnes. Barnes over to Sloat. Sloat covered by Duke Reeder. Gets his hands free. Off cage, backed up by Lockton. If you're Sacred Heart, you don't mind that. Keeping possession. Getting good looks. Lockton tries to skip it over to Sloat. Sloat handles it. Flips it up. Ramsey with the ball on the wing. Takes it behind. It's almost 3 defenders on him. Finds out Barnes up top. Barnes gets free hand. Rips it. And no backup for Sacred Heart there. And that's what I've been talking about a bit here. Sacred Heart's done an excellent job of that today. That time did not have the backup. St. Ignatius did. SI ball. Reeder bringing it up. Sloat sliding to him. Pass over to Bruno Chapman. To Tristan Gosh. Over to Kane. They get the touch. 40 seconds to go. Barton on Nils Berry. Last few folks coming in as they switch their offensive players to defensive for Sacred Heart and vice versa for St. Ignatius. Luke Williams with the ball, covered by J.P. Underwood. 20 seconds. Flipping over Ollie Bly Jr., who's playing a lot more in today's game than he did in the first game between the two. He gets a step, makes a nice pass to number 8. Ollie Bly on the assist to Jackson Kane. 8-6. Makes a nice move here. Gets his hands free and just a really good look through the defense. It's a tough pass. It's a tough pass to make, but he did. Sacred Heart, if you're playing defense there, you want to have your sticks up and to the inside. And goals within the last half a minute are tough ones. They're really crucial if you can get them, and they really hurt if you give them up. 6 seconds left, 5 seconds left. Ramsey facing off. I think both are going to try to do a quick rake here, see if they can get a shot. Ramsey gets it. 1 second left. Gets the shot off. Saved by St. Ignatius at the half. 8-6. So we're going to take a little break here, but a good first. I think the first quarter was all Sacred Heart, not all of Sacred Heart, but had a good first quarter, 5-3. Really outshot and outplayed and outpossessed St. Ignatius, and the second quarter was just the mirror image where St. Ignatius probably had the ball 70-75% of the time, possessed it well, and so first quarter was 5-3, and St. Ignatius 5-1 in the second quarter. So we'll take a little break. I think both teams are tired after that first quarter. Hot day here, one of the first really hot days in Atherton. And the players are going to look for a little shade, and we'll be back in a little bit. Thank you. All right, we're getting ready to start the second half. St. Ignatius 8, Sacred Heart 6. Face-offs are pretty even. Tale of two cities. First quarter, all SHP. Second quarter, all St. Ignatius. Overall, about even. So both goalies doing pretty well today. I think St. Ignatius goalie has a handful of saves. And Brody Tawil, I think I've down for 4 saves for Sacred Heart. Scoring pretty evenly distributed for Sacred Heart. 2 for Billy Barnes, 2 for Kai Lockton, 1 for Eric Baller, 1 for Max Sloat, 2 assists for Sloat, 1 for Baller, and 1 for Ramsey. For St. Ignatius, Jackson Kane, 2 goals. William Miller, 3 goals. Liam McGannon, 1 goal. And number 17, Luke Williams with 1 goal. Nils Berry, 2 assists. Jackson Kane, 1 assist. Ollie Bly, 1 assist for St. Ignatius. So first quarter, Sacred Heart jumped out to a quick lead, 5-1 at one point. For St. Ignatius closed the quarter with 2 goals to make it 5-3. And then the second quarter, pretty much all St. Ignatius as they jumped out to an 8-6 lead. Both teams a lot to talk about at the half. I think St. Ignatius feeling the momentum, playing aggressive on both ends of the field. I think Sacred Heart, Coach Ritelli's probably told folks, let's possess the ball. Let's kind of get into our clear when we make a save. Probably going to have to run it out, give it to one of your better athletes and try to run the ball out, and then take your time on offense. Here's the face-off to start the second half. Charlie Pfeiffer comes up with it, 15, drops it over to Kane, thinks about it, and slows it down. Luke Williams coming in for St. Ignatius as they try to get their offensive midfielders on the field. This is Bly initiating, defended by Blake Hetherington. Here's Barton running it out. Ollie Bly on him, almost pushes him out. Barton gets a step, checked out of his stick. Looks like it's going to go to St. Ignatius. I think Barton was looking for an outlet, and Coach Ritelli's probably going to talk to his attack there about breaking to the ball, trying to get open for your defender. It's hard when you got that long stick getting chased by people. Here's Williams. Good handle there by Berry on a tough pass. Most of the scoring in the first half coming from the attack for St. Ignatius. Berry, Kane, and Miller. Here's Williams. Over to Miller, had a hat trick. He's going to work on Cav Williams. Good defense by Williams. Kicking it back. They like this matchup. 23 guarded by Shelby. Gets a step. Skip pass. And a goal by Jackson Kane. So initiated behind by Bruno Chapman. They liked the matchup. They had a short stick from behind, a younger player. And I think if you're Sacred Heart on that play, things you'd like to see differently. And wide open on the crease. And when he gets it, dodges through the defense, scores, and puts his hands up in the air. And coaches would like to see, if a player gets that ball and gets a shot, like to see someone put a body on that person. And it didn't happen. And another goal for St. Ignatius. Starting the half just how they would like, with a goal and a possession. St. Ignatius comes up with it in traffic. Number 3. I think we're going to get a slash call. I think that call right there is what frustrates a lot of people in the western United States, because that would definitely not be a slash on the East Coast. And there's a goal by number 2, Nils Berry. Making it 10-6. Let's take a look at the replay. But Berry, big, strong body, just goes right through and by his man and puts it in the goal. Fine play by Berry. His second of the day. Just a great effort by Berry there. No slide from Sacred Heart. And on top of that, St. Ignatius will be man up. And again, I started this comment, but that is the kind of play, I think, the slash that they called would not be called in other parts of the country. And when our kids go and play elsewhere, they play a little passively, and that's what I think the college coaches will tell you. And I think it's because of calls like that. And here we go. St. Ignatius gets the face-off. And they're going to be setting up their man up. It's 3 or 4 penalties on Sacred Heart today. St. Ignatius has done a good job on man up. I think they had at least 1 or 2 goals on man up today. Here's Barry up to Williams. Over to Miller. Again, usually you'll see him move it around once or twice just to get everyone a touch and then move into a play. That's what they're doing here. Had a man open on the crease. Good check. John Carter got his stick in there on Nils Berry to help deflect the shot. They're going to initiate from behind. Still man up. Skip pass. Might have been saved by Tawil or hit the side of the goal from Jackson Kane. Good look. Miller with the ball behind. Good look. Oh, fine check there by number 20. Took the stick out of Williams' hand. Sacred Heart defense crashes in on the crease. Good look. Number 1 Miller had a good shot at it, but Sacred Heart pretty quickly collapsed onto the crease. A number of people checked the stick. Referees are talking. I think they're saying the penalty was not yet released, perhaps. Yeah, okay, no, we're all even. 6 on 6. St. Ignatius ball. 8:40 to go in the third. 10-6. St. Ignatius came out, got the first 2 goals in this half. Miller initiating from behind, getting a step. Passes back. Miller, lefty shot just off cage. St. Ignatius backs up. Oliver Bly with the ball to initiate from behind. Again, all even. Can't tell if Sacred Heart is playing a zone here. It looks like they might have switched to a zone just to maybe give a little bit of a different look. I think they did. St. Ignatius going into their zone offense. Pass tipped by Cav Williams. Barry recovers. Over to Kane. And they are in a zone. As you can see, Beck Anderson there, instead of running with the player, passed him off to the next player over. So SI now recognizes it. Gets into his own offense. Find an open man. Goal by number 13, Oliver Bly. Pass from number 17, Luke Williams. Bly from Williams. Coach Fratelli, you're probably thinking, geez, do I take a timeout here? You did not want to see this happen to start. 3 goals for St. Ignatius to start. Also thinking, geez, well, I got 2 of them, so I want to make sure I don't use it prematurely. Here's Ramsey with the ball, wins the faceoff. Sloat touches in. This is the first possession in a long time for Sacred Heart. You can hear Coach Fratelli yelling out, get it around again. I think he wants to see a good possession here. SI shuts off behind, something they did earlier in the game. Not going to let him pass it around easily on the outside. Ramsey dodging over to Hetherington. Dodges, bangs it behind. It was tipped. Let's see if the ref, the ref saw that. That was the right call from where I'm sitting. It was tipped. And thankfully the ref closest to it got the call right. Passing it around the outside. Barnes on the wing, initiating. Passing behind. Another tip. Again, number 3 for St. Ignatius got his stick in there. Interrupted the pass. Ramsey from the side, taking his man behind. Guarded by 41, Atticus Olivan. Ramsey head up, turns and shoots. Backed up by Baller for SHP. 6:32 to go in the third. 11-6, St. Ignatius. Ramsey with the ball. Shot just off cage. Again, backed up by SHP. St. Ignatius player, Duke Reeder, thinking he was closer to the ball. Refs gave it to Sacred Heart. Back over here to Hetherington. Attacking on Bruno Chapman. Trying to get to the center field. Good skip pass. Just off cage. Well, and I think this is, Sacred Heart needed a possession. They need to give their defense a break, and they're doing it here. I think they'd love to get a goal. Subbing on the fly here. Barnes out. Ian Dykes in for Sacred Heart. Ramsey trying to get to the middle of the field. Flips it over to Sloat. Sloat trying to get to a strong hand. Shot saved by the St. Ignatius goalie. Clearing the ball. That's Charlie Pfeiffer. He's done a nice job facing off for St. Ignatius today. Does a nice job clearing the ball there, running through a number of checks. Number 5, Thomas Honey with the ball, guarded by JP Underwood. JP's coming out pretty aggressively. Slide there from Beck Anderson. Here's Barry initiating from the wing. You can see he keeps his head up. He does a nice job of, while he's dodging, he's trying to get hands free and get a shot, but all the while keeping his head up, looking for someone open. 4:46 to go in the second, 11-6. Honey initiating on Anderson. Barton on Barry. Barry does a shot you see increasingly in the college game where you sort of sprint from behind and sort of throw it backhanded at the goal. Backed up there by St. Ignatius. They retain possession. Miller coming at from the wing. Looks like Sacred Heart. They get back in the zone. Looks like they are. Pass to the wing. 25. Rye Kushner off cage. Miller backs up. Rye Kushner, sophomore at the San Francisco Day School, did the game for St. Ignatius. Jackson Kane keeping his head up, like we talked about Barry earlier. Sign of a good attack and good player. Keeping their head up while dodging. Over here to the wing, Miller, who's had at least 3 today. Guarded by 33, Scheibel. Behind, up to 25. The ref has thrown a penalty flag, and let's see what the call is. Player certainly hit the ground. I think that's going to be the call. Not clear. They're going to call push. Let's see. So they're going to call a cross check on Sacred Heart. I'll have to look at the replay while they set up. I don't know if we can get that on, but that's it. So St. Ignatius up 11-6, 3:25 to go in the second, will be man up. Done a very nice job today on the man up for St. Ignatius, moving the ball around very well, finding the skip passes, and looking to the crease. So Sacred Heart's pushing out pretty far. They're out 15 yards. When I'm coaching, I'm saying let's not go past 12. You're pushing out pretty far. You got to let your goalie make those saves beyond that. Otherwise, you're leaving too much room inside. And there's a skip pass and a goal. And I think the SHP team should look at that, playing in a little tighter. They're pushing out pretty far there, and it's leaving some open passing lanes. And give credit to St. Ignatius for making those passes. It's 12-6, 3:09 to go. So quite a run here. It was 5-1 at one point. It's 11-1 since then. Just all St. Ignatius. Back here at the draw. Ramsey gets the draw. All right. Well, good face-off there by Ramsey. Brings it down. Here he comes down. One pass. And Eric Baller buries it. Nice shot. Low and away. Breaks a very long run by St. Ignatius, making it 12-7. Baller from Ramsey. Same two facing off again. And Ramsey, nice job. Looked like a slash there, similar to that's playing with a free hand as well, which is a penalty. Didn't call it. So here we go. Loose ball. Ref's got his hand up for a play on. Push. Looked like called a loose ball push on Sacred Heart. St. Ignatius ball. St. Ignatius dropping, looking to clear the ball. Pretty easy clear there. Number 10, Liam McGannon, running it out. 12-7, 2:19 to go in the third. McGannon with the ball. Matthew Scheibel coming out to guard him. Williams here, dodging, shoots. Looked like it might have been deflected. So Ignatius backs up. John Carter on Miller. Miller can, like I've said multiple times, St. Ignatius Tech keeps their head up when they're dodging. That's so many of their goals have been assisted today. Here's Williams. Oh, nice pass. And number 18, Barton, just gets there in time to deflect that. Nice play by Paul Barton. And a nice play by John Carter to back that up. Carter passes it up to Williams. Williams going to run it up. Make sure to get a touch. Offside. And I'm looking here at the replay, and Sacred Heart had three people back, so that may not be the ultimate call, but there were three back, and the refs are going to talk about it. And this is not an easy sport to ref, but it looks like they recognize their mistake there and are going to give the ball to Sacred Heart. Baller over to Lockton. Lockton to a cutting Billy Barnes. Hits the pipe. Nice save there by Max Sloat. Sacred Heart's going to get another look at it here. Just over a minute to play in the third. 12-7. Barnes has had some good looks at the goal. He's had a couple of pipes, a couple of goals. There's 12. Ballard, fine save again and a really good outlet pass by the St. Ignatius goalie. And look how quick they're into transition. Quick save, quick outlet pass, up to the attack, and now they're on the offensive. Nice play by Cav Williams there. Hetherington clearing it. And that looked, they're going to call him out of bounds. Again, most people would call that a push from behind. It was not called that. If a person has the ball and gets pushed from behind with possession, normally a penalty. Loose ball here in front of the cage. Battle for the ball. Picked up by Williams. Throws it to the middle of the field. .17 seconds. Sacred Heart maintains possession. John Carter coming down. Finds Baller. Flips it over to Lockton, who hits the corner. Lockton from Baller. Make it 8-12 with 10 seconds left. Good play by John Carter there. Bringing the ball up. I think that's 3 today for Lockton, netting a hat trick. 12-8. Sacred Heart needed that here right before the end of the period. 10 seconds left. Still enough time for either team to score if they can get something off the draw. Ramsey and Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer picks it up. He's going to have an opportunity here. Underwood comes in to cut him off, but gets the pass off to number 9. Flips it over to 2. Barry, gets a good shot on goal. Just sails high, and that will be the end of the third quarter. St. Ignatius 12, Sacred Heart 8, going into the fourth quarter. Well, I'm pleased to be joined here in the booth today by Jack Huber. Jack is well known to lacrosse fans in the Bay Area and to a number of the players who are playing today because Jack coached them in lacrosse on the travel team. Many of these kids have played for a team called Advance, which is run by the Sacred Heart coach, Chris Fratelli. And this group of I'm all.
Looks like I'm on now. So thanks for the introduction, Tom. Incredible to be here. I think it's May now, right? It sure feels like it. I mean, these two teams are playing with an intensity that you normally see in the postseason. Sacred Heart, coming off of I think they would want to get that first matchup back. They started with a lot of intensity. They came off the first face-off really firing. And then you got to give credit to St. Ignatius for coming back and not taking their foot off the gas for the second and third quarter. But you would expect nothing less of these two teams coming into the season, arguably the number 1 and number 2 team in Northern California. And they're putting on a show that I think everyone in this stands right now is really excited about. These guys have been waiting to play lacrosse for a long time. I think, we all missed lacrosse last spring, and nobody missed it more than these players on the field. And just the chance to get out here and play is a gift, and I think that they're really earning it right now.
Jack, who has surprised you out there today?
Well, I got to say, some of the usual suspects for St. Ignatius out of the starting lineup, and there's a couple younger guys who have stepped up. I mean, we saw a goal from from Ali Bly, looking good with his right hand. Even the St. Ignatius goalie, I think he's made some really good saves, a couple doorstep saves that have kept SI in the lead a little longer than we thought they would have. And then on the SHP side of the ball, I think a guy like John Carter cutting up the field and starting that fast break to end the third quarter there. A lot of guys that are making a lot of good plays.
Excellent. Well, we're back to start the fourth. Face-off draw going SI's way. Good check there by J.P. Underwood. Bly comes up with it, flips it over to Pfeiffer. St. Ignatius will start the fourth quarter with the ball.
Tom, that's been an interesting thing in this game. Normally you see two Fogos that kind of battle it out and do your typical face-off, kind of get-off motion. It's been a ground ball battle every face-off of this game, and I'm not sure why. But as a spectator, you kind of love to see it. The action's a little more entertaining, wouldn't you agree?
I do. I think that's been here comes Williams. We'll pick this up in just a second. Williams dodging on J.P. Underwood. Flips it back to McGannon. Over to Bly. Kicks it down to Kane. He's going to attack from the wing. They're setting that high pick to try to get Kane free to the middle. Here's Williams behind on Beck Anderson. He's trying to get to the middle. Good double team here from Sacred Heart. Kane picks it up. Nice play by Sacred Heart there with the double.
Nice
they got the
double.
ball loose. And St. Ignatius, though, heads up play, getting the ground ball, putting it on cage.
Rare miss from Jackson Kane right there.
Very accurate shooter, usually picking corners. So as I look out on the field, here's Liam McGannon, someone coached by my co-broadcast partner here, Jack Huber. He's probably coached most of these players at some point in his time.
You
Jack
could call me Huber, Tom.
Jack played his college ball at Albany with some of the all-time greats like Lyle Thompson, who's playing in the PLL now, and again, widely regarded as one of the all-time greats.
I think we're all excited to see what he could do in the PLL this summer.
Here comes St. Ignatius on the attack. Ali Bly they're trying to get to the middle of the field. There's a skip pass to Kane. Again, that's a play that they've run a number of times today, and it's worked extremely well. They're initiating on one side of the field, dodging, trying to roll back, and then they're skipping the ball and finding someone open on the backside, usually Kane, who moves really well off ball.
Yeah, for anyone that's been watching ACC lacrosse this spring, it's kind of reminiscent of Notre Dame's offense, where they initiate on a wing, usually have one or two guys in the middle who are purely there to facilitate transfer to the backside, where there's usually a guy with his hands free for a shot. But here you go, Ben Ramsey winning the face-off draw. That's a big turnaround right there, Tom. Holding his hand a little bit, but if you're Chris Rotelli, that's exactly how you wanted to answer that Jackson Kane goal.
Exactly, Jack. That's just what they needed. You want to come out strong in the fourth quarter if you're trying to close that 4-goal gap. And instead, SI got the first goal. Great to get a quick one like that from Ramsey. Hopefully jolts your team. I'm going to bring out Matthew Scheibel to take this next draw for Sacred Heart to try to give Ben a little bit of a break after that run.
10 minutes, 4-goal game. This could go either way. It all depends how SHP answers right now.
Calling a legal procedure on Sacred Heart. Didn't see. Jack, do you see what happened there? I didn't see it, but
It's another one of those rogue calls. I'm not sure what happened.
Yep. Sacred Heart trying to get the St. Ignatius getting the touch. Number 23, Bruno Chapman touching it in. Out to Thomas Honey. Back to Chapman. Wouldn't be surprised if they try to take a little bit of time here. Nurse protecting a 4-goal lead. No reason to rush it. Chapman initiating from the wing. Passing behind. Kane to Miller. Miller, good feed to number 5. Thomas Honey.
Again,
Thomas Honey from Miller, making it 14-9. good passing. Just these lot of St. Ignatius folks making good cuts, getting when the ball goes behind. They're cutting, and their attacker finding them. And I think if there was one thing, if you're Sacred Heart, defensively, you're going to look at the end of the game. That is what you're going to look at, is how many, skip passes through your defense where you need your sticks up in the passing lanes, and then those cuts when the ball goes behind. 14-9, 9:27 to go in the fourth. Ben Ramsey, another good face-off, kicks it over. DeBaller. And that's one of the hardest shots I have ever seen Eric Baller let rip. There was a little something extra on that one, Jack, it looked like to me.
I might have to agree with you on that one.
And great placement.
Baller, normally a finesse type of a player. That had some heat on it.
So Ben Ramsey trying to get Sacred Heart back in this. You could tell it's when they get the ball, they've been doing a good job with it here of late. Ben Ramsey, again, another face-off win. That's many would have called that a hold.
They might have missed that one. Now, if you're SHP, you want to see a nice 6-on-6 offensive possession that ends in a goal. It's something they've struggled with today, and I think it would be a huge momentum boost for this team as we kind of wind down in the fourth quarter here.
Absolutely, absolutely. Ramsey getting to the middle of the field, skips it over to Barnes. Barnes, there's a flag on the play.
Not sure why they called it dead there.
It is hard to see what they're calling a cross check on number 1. And again, I have reffed, and I have a ton of respect for the refs. They should not have blown the whistle there. Sacred Heart had possession. The penalty was on St. Ignatius. They were attacking the goal, and the refs blow that ball dead. That is, they missed that one. And
for those new to the game, that should have been essentially a free possession for SHP right there until there was a dead ball.
Again, hard being a ref. Tons of respect for the refs. That was. I think when they look at that one, they will realize that was not the right call. So Sacred Heart will be man up. 8:44 to go in the fourth period. Called a cross check, I believe, on number 13, Oliver Bly. Referees are trying to communicate here and figure out. And again, I still don't understand that call. Jack, do you get any ideas what that was? No?
The world may never know.
Okay, here we go. Sacred Heart, man up. Baller to Lockton. That's Ian Dykes. To Barnes. I'm going to throw it back to Sloat. Sloat's going to attack. Comes up. Sneaks it. Looks like inside pipe. A lot of times folks coming up like that will try to shoot to the far side. Max Sloat finds a nice little piece of net on the inside of the goalie there. And Jack, when you're a goalie, again, this goalie for St. Ignatius has done a fine job today, but what are you told when you're a goalie when someone's coming around the side? Hug the pipe.
Hug that pipe.
Hug the pipe, which means put your body right up against that pipe. And I think Sloat saw a little piece of net there.
I think he put that 5-hole, right?
Yes. So a nice goal by Sloat to make it 14-11.
Big goal for Sloat, who's been a little quiet today, I would say. He had a nice first quarter and then not a whole lot. Got some momentum here for the Gators.
Ramsey has really given Sacred Heart a jump here, a jolt of electricity through his fine face-off work here in the fourth quarter. He's won 3 or 4 in a row. A couple have led to goals. And that's what they need. They need to give her defense a little break, put some pressure on the defense. Number 3, nice pick-off there by number 3.
Kyle Lockton with the ride back. Keeping
Sebastian
it in,
Rodriguez.
No whistle. Still
it's like
a
the
ground
ball.
ball.
It's people having a little tough time holding on to it. Off of Sacred Heart, St. Ignatius ball. And again, something that they have done very well today is the goalie's done an excellent job of finding the open man, as he does here. Reeder with the ball for St. Ignatius, number 35. Mentioned earlier, off to play football at Stanford next year. Over to Jackson Kane, who I believe is going to be playing some college lacrosse at Colgate. As you look at the players on the field today, I think there's 10 or so players. Here's Miller initiating. 10 or so players going off to play in college next year for in total for both teams, and all gone off to fine schools. Testament to the student athletes out here today. Bly attacking on Anderson, trying to get his hands free. Kicks it behind to Williams. Williams going, I think they like this matchup. Williams gets his hands free, gets a good shot off.
Nice hard dodge. It's
going to be interesting to see who gets this ball. They give it to St. Ignatius. Miller runs it down. It's whoever is closest to the ball when it goes out of bounds, where it goes out of bounds, and Miller ran that one down. Barry attacking Barton. Paul stands him up at the goal line. Barry finds another open man on the crease.
God,
those two work so well together, don't they, Jack?
So well together. It's like they've been doing it for a long time, huh?
Sure. They just you got a righty and a lefty. Both can dodge. Both can finish. Both see the field very well.
Very smart players, too.
Here's Miller initiating from behind. Throws the ball. Good handle by Williams. Williams picks it up. Nice save by Tawil, but it's still loose. St. Ignatius has an opportunity here. 23 with the ball. Kicks it over to Miller. Pump fakes. Kane, what are we going to have?
Calling in the crease. Or a timeout.
Looks like a timeout. I think Coach Packard for St. Ignatius saw a lot of activity. I think he wanted possession. Got the timeout. I bet if he could do that one over, or if he could have seen SI come up with the ball on the doorstep, he probably would have liked that one back. But he'll take possession, which is not a bad thing to have when you're up by 3 with 6 minutes to go in the fourth quarter.
You know, Jackson Kane rarely drops the ball on the doorstep, so maybe he saw that and took it as a sign to slow it down a little bit. Something wasn't looking right.
Third quarter was 4-2 in St. Ignatius' favor as they extended their halftime, 2-goal halftime lead. Sacred Heart is up, has got 3-2 this quarter to narrow it to a 3-goal lead. But time is running out. There's 6 minutes to go. Still a lot of lacrosse left. And again, I think that's Coach Packard wanted to maintain possession there. It'll be interesting, Jack. What would you, if you're St. Ignatius, do you just keep playing like you've been playing, or do you try to slow it down a little bit here and take some time off the clock?
Well, if there's one thing SHP's been doing really well, especially in the second half, it's winning faceoffs and pushing the ball in transition. So if I'm Coach Packard, I'm trying to basically eliminate that possibility. And the only real way to do it is to hold on to the ball a little bit. One thing we haven't seen too much of from SI is guys dodging and beating their man one-on-one. Great off ball, great facilitating around the perimeter and finding that guy on the backside. If SHP's not pushing out, I don't see a reason to be urgent with the ball. What do you think, Tom?
I would agree, and I think that's something they're probably talking about. Now, if they don't do it now with 5:59 to go, down 3 goals, they're going to need to start pushing out pretty soon on defense and not let St. Ignatius just throw it around. There is, in college, there is a shot clock. There is no shot clock in the high school game, at least here on the West Coast. On the East Coast, I think they have moved to the college rules, but we have not had that happen out here. So St. Ignatius can take their time, and at some point, if they don't attack the goal, and I think they will attack the goal, but if they don't, the refs will give them a delay warning, and then they will have to keep the ball in the box in that restraining line. They cannot step out or it'll be a turnover. Here we go. Barry attacking from the wing. Guarded by Barton. Nice change of direction.
Wow.
gets to his strong hand and just puts it up in the corner. Really nice play there by Nils Berry.
Nice hard dodge. Berry, lefty, was going hard to X with his right hand. Got Paul Barton to overcommit a little bit, just a step. Took it over GLE, buried the rock.
I think that's Berry's third of the day. Makes it 15-11. Just a great one-on-one play by Berry. Defensively, you want to take away that top side if you can, and he didn't get free too much, but just enough to get his hands free, get the shot off, put it in the corner. Not much a goalie can do there. Pfeiffer wins the draw. Nice skip pass. Well,
clean face-off win right there.
Great face-off win by St. Ignatius. A lot of goals have come off face-offs today. And Cav Williams was a tough spot there on the backside. He had to cover two people. And Pfeiffer did the right thing, found the open man on the doorstep. Jackson Kane buried it. Ramsey gets this one over to Sloat. Sloat shoots. Fine save. And this is what SI's done so well. They get the ball to the goalie stick so quickly and get possession, get the easier clear, and have had a number of fast break goals today. Anderson playing Jackson Kane. Normally a matchup you don't see. There's a midfielder covering an attack person. I think they will probably attack this. But Beck Anderson's an excellent defender. Well, we've said it a few times today. That's the attack here for St. Ignatius. Very good at dodging, keeping their head up, and finding the open person. It happens again. I think Sacred Heart will have a lot of film to look at and see. They need to improve their off-ball defense. It's been open a lot today. And give credit to St. Ignatius for finding the open person.
Yeah, and this late in the game, I think you're starting to see a bit of a numbers game. SHP tends to run the same 10 to 15 guys for the whole game, and it looks like their legs are getting a little wobbly. SI a little bit more depth, and they're shuffling through right now.
SI wins the draw. 4:43 to go. Kane with the ball. We're going to settle it. Jackson Kane's played a lot today. They've been on offense a lot. He's coming out. They're going to get a sub in for Kane. Here's Thomas Honey, had a goal earlier today, initiating. Nice, again, looking. They do a very nice job keeping their heads up, looking for the open person.
Very patient. No need to rush anything here if you're SI.
Not at all, not at all. 6-goal lead, under 4 minutes to go. Subbing to get their players that they want on. Here's Honey, 23. Nice play there by Cav Williams and John Carter on defense. New player in, number 34. He's not on the roster right now, so I don't know who that is for St. Ignatius. 25, Rye Kushner with the ball. St. Ignatius keeps the ball onside after the errant pass. John Carter out for Sacred Heart. Defending number 23, Bruno Chapman. Doubling the ball. Goal by number 25, Rye Kushner. So ball was flying over. Thomas Honey initiates, loses the handle. Couple guys attack, but it slides right over to number 25, Rye Kushner. Shoots low to low in the cage. 18-11, 2:51 to go.
Good heads-up play right there.
Well, it's 18-11. St. Ignatius with a commanding lead. They're certainly not going to rush things at this point. Take their time to get their players on. So for the second time in 10 days, St. Ignatius, game's not over yet, but taking commanding lead, 19-7 in the last game. Refs just threw a flag. Not sure what it's for. We'll find out here shortly. So white offsides. St. Ignatius will be man up. 2:11 left in the fourth. Jack, did you see who went offsides there? It looks like, well, one of the Sacred Heart attackmen stepped over, I don't think by much, but the refs are right there on top of it.
Looks like they called it on 2-5 Ian Dykes.
Ian Dykes will serve the penalty. And 30 seconds for offside. Again, no rush if you're St. Ignatius here. Ollie Bly with the ball off to Kane. And again, Sacred Heart pushing out pretty far here, which, okay. Errant pass. Sacred Heart ball. Ramsey's going to pick it up. St. Ignatius got 3 defenders over there. Passes it up to Barnes. Barnes goes to the goal. Hits the pipe. That's his third pipe of the day.
I think so.
And this is going to be an odd one. It's almost 80 yards downfield where the shot is backed up. St. Ignatius ball. Barnes got a good look at it. Just hit the pipe. Again, I've probably, Jack, never seen the ball go that 70 yards, actually, in the opposite direction for a run out. Here's Ollie Bly with the ball. Minute 15 to go.
Tom, when do these two see each other again?
I know they play one more time in the regular season. Here's ball's loose. Jackson Honey picks it up. They'll play at least, I think, one more time in the regular season. And the potential to play in the playoffs, both in their league, the WCAL, and there's some talk that there will be CCS championships this year. Under a minute. Miller, who's had a really nice day for St. Ignatius with the ball at attack, skips it over to Kane.
He was thinking about it.
He sure was, and then I think he heard his coach probably in his ear saying, "Don't you dare! Let's get this 18-11 win, and let's get out here with a second consecutive win over Sacred Heart, featuring 2 of the top teams in the Western United States." So if you're as the clock winds down, 18-11 final. A lot of enthusiasm for St. Ignatius. They remain undefeated on the year with 2 wins over Sacred Heart on Sacred Heart's home field. Sacred Heart certainly played a great first quarter, was really in it at halftime, 6-8. Fell behind 12-8, a final of 18-11. So just grateful to have the opportunity to play lacrosse and announce lacrosse here with my colleague Jack Huber, who I've coached with for many, many years. And we'll be signing off here. I think, Jack, what did any final thoughts today on what you saw out there for St. Ignatius and Sacred Heart?
It's just great to have lacrosse back. It's been a big void for a lot of people, and at the end of the day, it's just nice to get these guys out on the field competing, having fun, and doing what they should be doing, which is playing lacrosse. Thanks for having me out here, Tom.
Thanks, Jack. Really great to be here with you. And again, we'll sign off here from Palatella Field at Sacred Heart in Atherton, California. Final score, St. Ignatius 18, Sacred Heart 11. These teams will play at least one more time again this year. And we will hopefully have you joining us then. Take care.